really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today because big fan of the show, big fan of you. So if I fangirl too much, feel free to reel me in at any point in time. But I'm especially excited you're here in our neck of the woods today. Welcome to Portland.
Yes, thank you so much. We're so excited to be here. I was just trying to remember if we've been here before, and I think we have, but maybe it's been a couple years.
It's been too long, regardless, Britt, and I want to get into the live show tonight and all of that. But first, I want to learn a little more about you. Could you talk about how you got into dance and your love for it began?
Yes, of course. So I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, which is crazy. I'm 33 now, so I've been dancing for 30 years. And I just started as, just a kid. My parents were looking for something to put me in, and I completely fell in love with it. It was the only thing that I wanted to do when I was younger. And I grew up, I was a competitive dancer. I actually started dancing professionally when I was 15 years old. My career got started with all three of the High School Musical movies, which is really exciting. And then I decided to move to LA. And then from there, it's just been nonstop. And now I find myself on this amazing stage of Dancing with the Stars.
I love it. Isn't life a blur sometimes? You blink and then here you are.
It is.
Performing with Dancing with the Stars.
It's crazy. I mean, I like to say that Dancing with the Stars is the cherry on top of my dance career because I got all of these amazing experiences, and then this came into my life, and it's just been such a blessing to be part of.
Absolutely. And Britt, like you said, you really have done so much at just 33, girl. And I was way too much of a High School Musical stan back in the day, to the point where I was maybe a little too old to love High School Musical as much as I did when it came
No
out.
way.
I'm curious about that experience. Can you talk about that a little bit?
You know what? It was crazy. The first movie was not what it was meant to be. It was a Disney Channel low budget summer film that was just, I think we were only in production for 6 weeks. So if you're unfamiliar with film production, that's nothing. Like film production can be months and months and months. So 6 weeks that's with rehearsal time is no time at all. And it was just so special because all of us, the dancers, the principal cast, we were all around the same age. We were teenagers. And so we grew up together. We grew up together. Like some of us were in high school doing High School Musical. And it was just such a special experience. And it was really what made me realize that I wanted to be a professional dancer.
That is so cool, Britt. And it didn't stop there. I know you also went on tour with a lot of crazy artists. Katy Perry, name one. Do you have a favorite experience from your touring days?
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely my experience with Katy Perry was amazing because I was with her for 3 years.
Wow.
So we traveled the world, and I feel really blessed and grateful because I was with her when she did the Super Bowl halftime performance. So I remember I got off that stage and I started crying because I was like, this is probably, it's the Super Bowl is one of the most watched performances that you can ever do as a live performer. So it was just, it was amazing to be a part of that. And sorry,
You're good.
and so that was really amazing. And then also I had the opportunity to dance for Janet Jackson. So that was something that was like a bucket list as a professional dancer. It's Janet Jackson, which is like insane and amazing. So those were probably two of my favorite experiences, and it was just really special.
That's awesome, Britt. Well, I know in addition to Dancing with the Stars now, you're also president of a nonprofit called Share the Movement. Can you talk a little bit about what that is?
Of course. So I'm president of Share the Movement. We launched in April of 2021. So in the nonprofit world, we're a baby organization, but our mission is to increase diversity in the professional dance industry by providing financial, educational, and inspirational support to young BIPOC dancers. BIPOC is Black, Indigenous, and people of color. So really, we're just looking to bring equity and inclusivity to kids that want to have a career in dance, but may not have the means to.
Love that. And not only have you been kind of a trailblazer for that yourself, but you're like putting your money where your mouth is and doing this nonprofit. I think that's so cool, Britt. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. It was an amazing, it was honestly, it was very kismet. It was all at the same time. I was working on the very, very beginnings of this nonprofit organization during 2020. And then at the same time, I was becoming the first Black female pro on Dancing with the Stars. So it just all seemed to be the perfect timing, right time, right place. It was, like I said, it was kismet.
Yes. Oh, I love a fate situation. That's
Me
a beautiful
too,
thing.
girl. Me too.
Yes. Let's talk Dancing with the Stars. I'm obsessed. Did it feel a little bit full circle doing another Disney project now that it's on Disney Plus?
Oh, yes, it totally feels like I've come back home. I mean, being on ABC, it's still within the Disney family, but being on Disney Plus, I was like, this is amazing. And we broke barriers. We were the very first live reality competition show. I think it was actually the first live show ever on a streaming service, which is a huge deal. So I know, a lot of people weren't sure how it was going to go, making the switch from ABC to Disney Plus, but it was so successful and we all felt the support, that Disney support. And so it was amazing.
Amazing. This honestly was one of my personal favorite seasons of the show. You joined in 29. So you've had a few really awesome partners so far, some stars, but I'm curious, Britt, because I like to manifest things. Are there any stars in the world that you would love to have as your partner one day going forward?
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because it's just I love getting surprised every single season because really you just want someone that is committed to the process, that is a hard worker, that has an amazing personality, and that's what you want. But I mean, personally, I would love for one of my High School Musical buddies to come back. I know Corbin has already been on the show, but I would love like Zac Efron or Lucas Grabeel to come on the show, and that would be super fun for me because it would be, a full circle moment. But I think it'd also be really fun for the audience to have someone else from High School Musical come back on the show. Um, Also, if that's not that, High School Musical, the series on Disney Plus, I think an actor from that would be super fun. I mean, if I'm thinking really big, like Justin Timberlake, would he be an option?
Always.
No. Yeah, but yes. Okay, always an option. Yeah.
Always an option.
I do have a really good I have a really good friend. Before this past season, he had a dream that I was going to be partnered with Usher. I mean, that would be insane. I know we could manifest that. I think that could be.
I think we should manifest that because I mean it makes sense time wise. Usher's winding down on his Vegas residency. He has perfect time to practice with you, Britt.
I think so. I mean, I feel like we also had some really big celebrities this past season, so I feel like Usher could be someone for next season.
Absolutely. And you already know he can dance. So that might make things a little bit easier too on the choreography side. Well, you had a great partner this past season. You had deaf actor Daniel Durant. I thought you two communicated so flawlessly. Did you know sign language before going into this?
I did not know sign language at all before this season. And it was so special to me because not only did I not know ASL, but I really had not had the opportunity of knowing anyone deaf. It just was circumstantial. There's no one deaf in my family, in my direct community. And so meeting Daniel completely changed my life. I was exposed to this beautiful new community. And you're right. I picked up this new language and it was interesting in the beginning. His moms came, I think it was week 2, they came into one of our rehearsals. And this was very early into our process. So I knew some sign, but I didn't really know that much sign. And they were blown away because they almost felt like we were creating our own language because we were still communicating so well, but I wasn't really that great at signing at that point. So we just had amazing chemistry. We have amazing chemistry. And it's just, it was a really special experience.
You really do have great chemistry, and I'm honestly shocked to hear you didn't know sign language at all because when I was watching, I honestly assumed you did just by how well you two seem to communicate. That's awesome. How was working with Daniel just generally?
I mean, it was amazing. He blew me away every single week. it was a hard process for him, just because of everything. He had to work 10 times harder, I feel like, than your average celebrity that comes on to the show. But he was in it and he was committed the whole way. And he would shock me every Monday. We would get off stage. I'd be like, okay, you did it. Like, that was amazing.
Yes.
And it was, and I also think it's rare in life when you get to do something and you get to have this exchange of knowledge. It's just really, I mean, it's amazing. So I am so grateful that I got paired with Daniel this past season. I'm grateful for the season as a whole. We just had so much fun. And I know that, to hear the audience reaction too, we both received such beautiful messages from so many people. And to know that we had an impact beyond a reality competition show is really cool too.
Absolutely. Well, you two crushed it every single performance, in my humble opinion. I've always been curious what the rehearsals are like, Britt. Do you feel like you get enough time to rehearse before the live show?
I mean, it depends on the week. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I feel ready. Sometimes I'm like, this was not enough time. I mean, definitely in the beginning, because there are so many couples, we only get 3 hours a day. And then as people get eliminated, that gets more and more up until like 6, maybe. I think in the finale, I think they get like 8 hours a day, maybe a little less. But 3 hours a day flies by because you're also filming a TV show. So you have to do, you have to do interviews. You have to do all these different things you have to set up during the rehearsal process. So sometimes it feels like there's never enough time. But in the process of it all, it's still really fun. And the pros have a lot of responsibility. We have creative meetings. We have fittings. We have all these things. It's actually really exciting. And the tour this year, Emma, my good friend Emma Slater,
Yes.
she leads us through this whole number that's called A Week in the Life of a Pro. And it basically, in a very musical and theatrical version, it walks you through day to day of what it's like to be in our shoes. So it starts with Monday night elimination. It's really fun. It goes dun 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 with the red lights. And then she walks us through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way up until the next Monday. And it is actually being in that number and hearing Emma like walk us through, I'm like, wow, we do a lot in a week and it just flies by.
Yes, I bet it's a complete blur at that point. Because in addition to the routines and all the meetings, like you said, I'm sure you're doing some level of training for the live show and for the tour that you're on now. What does your training look like, Britt?
So it's interesting when we're on the live show, you're kind of in teacher choreographer mode for the majority of the week. Mm-hmm. And then you have to realize, oh, wait, I also have to perform this as well. Let me make sure I turn myself on now as a dancer, performer. So you have to balance these not very different roles, but different roles. Sure. At the same time. And then the tour, we don't practice until after the season finishes. So the finale happens, we have a week and a half to 2 weeks off, and then we create this entire show in 2 weeks. But it is jam-packed. There's no days off. It's 12-hour days, and we are just really like hard working to get a show up on its feet. But it's rewarding because we get to do this.
Yes, that's amazing. And we're honored to have you here in our city tonight. How has the tour been going for you guys so far?
It's been awesome. I think this is technically our 6th show or 7th. It's either our 6th or 7th show. So it still feels new, which is awesome because the excitement, the adrenaline, all of that is still there. And we're just really proud of the show. It's different. We have a different stage. Our amazing choreographer director, Mandy Moore, came back. She worked with us years ago, and she left and did very big things in the film industry. But she came back to direct this tour, and we're just really proud of it. And we're so excited. The response so far has been amazing. So I am very excited to be here in Portland, Maine, and that you all get a chance see this one because it's going to be very good.
Yes, Britt, for someone who's never seen a live Dancing with the Stars show, what can they expect from it?
Oh my goodness. We give you everything in the kitchen sink.
Ooh.
So, what I love about the Dancing with the Stars tour is that you really get a feeling like you're seeing a bit of the live show, but in a completely different way. You really get to know as professional dancers in a new way. You get to know Gabby Windy, our celebrity host this season, in a new way. And it's just exciting. We take you on a roller coaster of emotions. You get to see hot guys with their shirts off. You get to see sexy ladies. You get to see emotion in different contemporary numbers and fierceness. So you really, I mean, it's an hour and a half long show and it is just jam packed with amazing dance and storytelling.
Oh, I love it, Britt. Well, we are definitely lucky to have you all here. So, last but not least, here in the state of Maine, our state motto is the way life should be. So, according to you, what is the way life should be?
Uh, the way life should be just filled with love always. Just the most love. That's what I think. As long as you have love and lead with love, you've got something going on.
That's it. Life's too short to have it any other way, as far as I'm concerned. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I love that.
Yes.
That was that. I love that. I love that motto. I'm going to use that.
You should use that, Britt. That's awesome. Well, you're here in Maine now. We're happy to have you here. And absolutely best of luck to you tonight and the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. It was great to meet you, Britt. Take care.